If you're interested in an ice cream calculator, then this video is for you because we're going to look at a new one that is available for everybody to use. Scoopulator. It's a really difficult word for me to say. It's a relatively new ice cream calculator that is online. So I thought I'd give it a bash, and I got in contact with the developer and he gave me a bit of background. We'll talk about that later. But today we're going to bring up the website, develop a really quick gelato recipe, which is going to be really simple for everybody to make. And we'll talk about how to adjust a recipe using this calculator as we go through. This is my first time using it, apart from adding 2 ingredients which are different here in Canada to what's available on their website. Let's dig in and see what it's like. So this is what the website looks like when you go on. We're going to develop a gelato base. So we're going to select gelato from the type, and here are your target profiles. You can adjust these as you go, and we'll do that as time goes on. As you can see, the ice cream setting has lots of various options, but today we're doing gelato, so let's stick with that. We'll go through the others another day. This is how it looks. Now, you've got the gelato base target profile. This is kind of what it looks like here. There's some basic recipes that you can start with. I'm logged in because I've had to add 2 main ingredients. One is the whipping cream here, which is 33%, and the other one is the milk, which is 3.25%. So we start with the serving temperature, relative sweetness, which is important if you like all your ice cream to be a similar sweetness level. Total solids, 36 to 43. This is obviously for gelato. Total fat and milk fat. Now, I would actually have these reversed because with people making ice creams and gelatos with dairy-free ingredients, that's going to really play havoc, and you'll have to go to the free-form kind of layout because personally, total fat is easier to read. See here, if you go free-form, there's no targets for you, so it's harder to start with. So if you want to make a vegan, plant-based, whatever recipe, that's going to struggle. So then you've got sugars, milk solids, non-fat, and stabilizers and emulsifiers. Alcohol. So let's start by adding our milk. So you can just type in milk and then just go through the whole long list until you find the milk that you want to use. You can add, like I said, you can add whatever ingredient you want in here, which is really nice. USDA lists of, I don't know, millions of different food types. So you can just add the one that you use. I'm just trying to find my user one. But there it is, whole milk, 3.25%. User whipping cream. I've added this because that is what our cream here is, or that's what the cream I'm going to use is. 33% fat content. If you're in the US, then you can add your heavy creams like that. And if you're in the UK, a beautiful thing, double cream. Yes, 48 and 50. So 50, you know, it depends on where you buy it from. Sainsbury's is 50. Waitrose is 48, so, you know. Anyway, we're going to add our sugar. We're going to make this nice, easy recipe that's kind of, you know, accessible to everyone. Skim milk powder, super important ingredient in proper luxury ice cream making. And we're going to flavor this with something, but before that, we're going to add a little bit of invert sugar or glucose syrup, something like that. So we've got glucose, inverted sugar, corn syrup, golden syrup. They're all basically the same thing, okay? But we're going to flavor this with an extract. It might not be vanilla extract, but you can see it's here. So we can use that. I wonder what other extracts are on here. So let's just type in extract and see what we got. Almond and vanilla. Yeah, yeast extract spread. So that's, you know, like Marmite or Vegemite. That's the kind of breakdown, and that tells you how much it contributes to the freezing point depression. So that's a really interesting little thing that pops up there. So we've got all the components we need here. I might add stabilizer in a little bit, but let's start. If we click on that, we can actually see some more information about that ingredient. Opens up in a new web page, really interesting. 35% alcohol, 65% water. Obviously that water is likely in the alcohol itself, so that tells us the actual breakdown of it. So let's just start adding some numbers just to get something on this target screen for us to see. This won't be right, I guarantee you, but you can see the process. You're trying to get on this website as many things in green as possible. Anything in the red is kind of a problem. So here we've got 725 grams. We can rescale this really easily. So this is also a really, really nice little feature. We're going to do a Ninja Creamy Deluxe, so we scale it to 750. Now we've got a problem with our serving temperature. We're at minus 20 Celsius, way too low. So this actually would just really struggle to freeze properly. So the biggest thing to adjust this with is our sugars. So we can just reduce these bit by bit until we get to the kind of level that we need. I'm doing this slowly so you can see and kind of understand where things change. See the relative sweetness starts changing as we reduce our sucrose level. Obviously the vanilla extract changes our serving temperature as well, so our freezing point, we can reduce that as well. We can pop that down here. You see we're getting close now. We got our serving temperature at minus 14, relative sweetness is in the middle, and our total solids are a little bit low. So what we can do is start playing with our things like our glucose syrup, our granulated sugar, and our skim milk powder. And you can see we got our solids there, but our serving temperature is still just a touch too high. Again, I really wish that total fat was accessible target rather than milk fat, because then if you want to make this with anything other than dairy, that makes much more sense. So if you're the developer, add that. Even just add it and keep the milk fat so it's relative to both types of people that are making it. Those that don't want dairy and those that do. Because as you can see, they're basically the same. Our milk solids, non-fats, or skim milk powder is being adjusted along with our granulated sugar, our glucose syrup, and our vanilla extract to kind of get somewhere where, you know, I'm happy to be. Minus 14.4, that's fine to be fair. 14.1, that's good enough. That's close enough. If we add guar, then we can actually account for a little bit more solids from that. So we're going to thicken that base up just a touch. But as this is gelato, it has much higher levels of stabilizer than standard US ice cream. And that's just due to the amount of fat that's in it. So we're at 7% fat right now. So, you know, we're firmly in the middle. Gelato can go down to like 2% fat. So with a reasonable place to start, we're going to adjust this to 750 gram batch. That is a Ninja Creamy Deluxe. And there we have our base recipe. This took minutes to do. The vanilla extract is out of that alcohol. We're not going to use an emulsifier. Here is another visual interpretation of how your recipe looks based on ingredients. And it gives it percentages just like those squares above. Our sweetener breakdown, so where our sweetness comes from. And then we've got the visual representation of our scoopability. Minus 14 is my preferred serving temperature because I don't have to wait forever to scoop it out of the freezer. That's the serving temperature there, and the freezing point is important because that tells you when it's going to start to freeze. So that tells you at minus 3 Celsius, your ice cream base will start to solidify and freeze up, which means that it's going to freeze nicely without any major issues. Sweetness level here, 18%, it gives you a visual comparison based on other ones. So Dana Cree, 18.4, David Leibovitz Chocolate, 22.84, Salt and Straw, 16, Underbelly, he doesn't like particularly sweet ice cream, so that doesn't surprise me. But here we go, let's get this written down and make this gelato. Right, let's get everything we need in this little container here. We're going to start with our milk, 458 grams. In goes our cream, 114 grams. Because we've got a stabilizer in here, we're going to weigh our sugar and skim milk powder into a little container. 126 grams of sugar, 38 grams of skim milk powder, 3 grams of guar gum. So gelato is thickened depending actually where you get it, where you buy it and where it originates from, where that recipe originates from. That would dictate the type of stabilizer that they use. We're going to mini whisk that together. So again, we're just stirring that to break up those little powder pieces. That goes into there. And let's stir this together. We're not heating this up, we're just going to stir it for a couple of minutes to dissolve that sugar and that milk powder. With our sugar stirred in, we're going to add our 5 grams of glucose and then finally our extract. Today I'm using Watkins coffee extract. That's it. That is our recipe. I'm going to pop this into our Ninja Creamy container. Again, super easy recipe. This is to highlight the calculator. This recipe isn't going to break any records. This is a super simple recipe to show you the ice cream calculator. So with that in there, we are now ready to put this in the freezer overnight to harden off. So while that is hardening off, let's talk about the calculator a little bit more. This was developed by a software engineer called Malachi Wiley from San Francisco. He likes to do things like pottery, 3D printing, cooking, similar things to me, to be fair. And he got into ice cream a few years ago and wanted to use his desire to create super nice, attractive interfaces on the internet and software. So that's kind of what he did. He's been on Reddit for a long time and obviously looked at Underbelly and then developed this calculator, put it on Reddit, and then got some really good feedback and then developed it further into what it is today. The main reason for development was because he realized that a lot of the other calculators, of which there aren't that many to be fair, they're not particularly user friendly, especially for beginners. And that is actually the case. And that's why he developed this, so that it was accessible to beginners and people that had a little bit more experience using such software. So far, it's really easy to use, which is why I'm making this video. I have my own that I use, but there's very few other options. So I get people message me maybe once a month saying, I've developed an ice cream calculator, and you go and have a look and they're really poor. They're badly designed, they're really difficult to use, and nobody that is new to ice cream or even software is gonna have any clue as to how to use it. So going to Scoopulator and actually logging in, inputting 2 of my own ingredients, and then developing that first recipe for you guys here in real time whilst we're doing it, it was super easy. So that's a really nice thing to see from a brand new piece of software. So that's the basics as to why it exists. I absolutely know, I mean, the amount of ice cream I've made over the years, I know when a recipe is going to turn out well, and there's a couple of things I would suggest are changed. But that's not because of me being a funny old bastard, but because people like to make ice cream using different ingredients these days. That fat, milk fat thing for gelato, that needs to be changed because not everyone wants to use dairy. So if you try and develop a recipe for gelato, even though technically it wouldn't be gelato because there's no dairy in it, you still want to be able to make that. The gelato format still stays. It still remains with that lower fat, higher stabilization, etc. So we need to kind of adapt to suit people as best as we can. That's a simple change. Other than that, really like this calculator so far. Let's get this out of the freezer and get it spinning. All right, let's get this spun up. It's actually like 2 days later, but here we go. Just noticed, this is another new apron, but it's made for short-ass people because if I lift this up, obviously it's got the adjusters here. If I lift this up, the straps, which are already here, come all the way up to here. So unless you're 5'5" tall or shorter, you're gonna have the straps around your armpits. And I refuse to spend $150 on a bloody apron, so I'm just gonna keep moaning about it. So this video was never about making this ice cream. I mean, it's just a very basic ice cream using coffee extract. Although this is the most perfect scoop of ice cream I think I've ever done. Perfectly smooth, reflective surface. God, glasses are sliding down my face. It's never about this ice cream in this video. This was about the introduction to Scoopulator ice cream calculator. I've been using Scoopulator for the last few days to try and understand a bit more about how its processes work and how it develops its recipes. It's not perfect, none of them are, but it is a really, really good one. And it's available to everyone, being a web-based platform. So if you are interested in learning how to use Scoopulator, let me know in the comments. Don't forget to like and subscribe to this video. And next week I will do a full tutorial on how to use Scoopulator ice cream calculator, it's a mouthful, and all the intricacies of adding your own ingredients and what it means to balance a recipe. Because what we will do is create that Black Forest ice cream that is right up there in my top 5 using Scoopulator, and you can understand a bit more about the process. So again, don't forget to like and subscribe, comment down below. See you next week.